Well, happy Monday again, everyone. This is Bryan Devore with Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties. Time for another Monday market moment. Got a lot to go over, so let's jump right into it. We're going to talk about the latest stats. There's a new housing market survey out, so we'll talk about that. The 2022 housing forecast by the California Association of Realtors, interesting info. And finally, is San Diego neighborly? What does that mean? Let's find out. But first, let's talk about the totals. Right now in all of San Diego County, there's 2,974 properties for sale. That's down 45 from last week, which was down around 70 the week before that. So we're seeing a downward trajectory in the number of homes on the market. Meanwhile, pending sales were down 59 from last week. So 3,923 total pendings right now. So no change though in the months of inventory. It's still 0.76 months of inventory in San Diego County. And in the last week, we saw 854 homes come on the market. That's up 4 from last week. And new pendings, 686. That's up 1 from last week. So not a lot of activity in the last week on actives or pendings. But the number of closed sales, we'll talk about that in just a second. I jumped ahead. New pendings listed within the last week, 51. That is 7% of the total pendings. So 7% of the homes that were listed in the last week are already in escrow. New pendings listed within the last 2 weeks, 341. So half of the homes that were listed in the last 2 weeks are already in escrow, which is up a little bit from the week before. Closed sales, 592. That's down 128 from last week. It's the fewest number of closed sales we've seen in a few months. Not sure if that's an anomaly or a new trend, but pendings are staying about the same. So I would think that the closed sales will pick back up again. Median list price of those closed sales, $765. That's up $55.50 from last week. And median sales price is up $5,000 to $775. So we're still seeing an increase in both list price on the median and sales price. So here's the chart that shows actives, pendings, and solds from the last week. We can see inventory kind of hovering around the same, which has dropped since about a month or so ago. Pendings around the same, a little bit lower, but sales quite a bit lower than it had been. Big drop in the number of sales this 1 week in September, but that was, I believe, Labor Day. And here are the median list price and median sales price charts. We've been hovering around the same point, but small $5,000 changes here and there. All right. Housing market survey. It's a great time to sell, but not buy. All right. So what's this survey all about? This was done by Fannie Mae. It's September's Home Purchase Sentiment Index. So they surveyed people to find out what they felt about, is it a time to buy? Is it a time to sell? The percentage of respondents who say it's a good time to buy a home decreased from 32% to 28%. Meanwhile, the percentage who say it's a bad time to buy increased from 63% to 66%. So fewer people say it's a good time to buy, more people are saying it's a bad time to buy. The percentage of respondents who say it's a good time to sell a home increased from 73% to 74%. Small increase, but 3/4 of the people think it's a great time to sell. And the percentage who say it's a bad time to sell remains steady at 19%. So let's take a look at this for a second. So we have the percentage of people who say it's a good time to buy is 28%. So less than 30% of the people think it's a good time to buy, but almost 3/4 of the people think it's a good time to sell. So we're going to start seeing more homes come on the market and fewer buyers out there. That's what this leads me to believe. We haven't really seen that yet, but we've seen fewer homes coming on the market. It's interesting. Now, this is a national survey. San Diego obviously is a little different. All markets are different, but we'll watch our market. But I thought this was interesting to point out. And then CAR released its 2022 California Housing Market Forecast, California Association of Realtors. The forecast: existing single-family home sales are forecast to total 416,800 units next year, a decline of 5.2% from the projected pace this year of 439.8. So we're expected to see fewer sales next year than this year. California's median home price is forecast to rise 5.2% next year, followed by a projected 20% increase to from this year, which is 793.1. That's the projected increase or number for this year. Again, this is all of California. Real estate's hyper-local, but this is the first forecast, so I thought I'd put it out there. Housing affordability is expected to drop 23% next year from a projected 26. So to 23%, not 23 drop. So right now, 26% of people can afford the median price home with the average salary or average income. It's expected to drop to 23%. Affordability is getting tougher and tougher, as we have seen. And finally, 2021 most neighborly cities in the US. And I put a question mark. Are they really the most neighborly? Let's take a look and see what you think. So what do they base this on? Where people volunteer and do kind acts for their neighbors, where people give money and donations to charity, where people are happiest, where crime rates are low, makes sense, and where nonprofit organizations thrive based on how many of them exist in the city per 100,000 residents. This is what makes a neighborly city. And you can read the article and about this survey and see the full survey and all the top 20 or 25 cities, I believe, in the constant contact email that went out with this video. All right, let's look at the list. Top 5 most neighborly cities in the US. Number 5, Des Moines, Iowa. Number 4, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Number 3, Portland, Oregon. Number 2, Rochester, New York. All right, is San Diego going to be number 1? Nope, Madison, Wisconsin is number 1. So interestingly too, Milwaukee was on the list in the top 10, I believe, too. So 2 of the top 10 cities are in Wisconsin. San Diego, not on the list. We're not neighborly, folks. We need to get more neighborly. So let's get out there and make that happen. All right, that's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. I appreciate you watching it. I may not be able to get to another Monday Market Moment next week. I'm going to be coming back from a trip to the Grand Canyon. I'm going to be hiking it this week or next Saturday. So I'll be coming back on Sunday. Not sure if I'll be in shape to be able to get another Monday Market Moment out a week from today. We'll try though, but no promises. That's it. And I hope you have a great day, a great week. And call me, email me, or text me if you have any questions about the Monday Market Moment. Have a great day.